I'm GH, and in this video I'll be talking about the 2022 Hungarian Grand Prix, the 13th round of the 2022 F1 season. Please note that everything I said is based on facts and of course my own opinions. So, without further ado, let's start the video. First of all, let's see some of the news that's been going on before the race. Well, it's official. Four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel decides to retire at the end of the season. It's kind of unexpected, but I kinda get the reason. Most likely because the current Aston is a car that can barely compete even in the midfield. Vettel has achieved pretty much everything in F1 and should retire with no regrets. Maybe spend more time with his family. Anyway, moving on. Max, Sergio and Pierre changed their power units, but only Gasly will start from the pit because he exceeded the change limit. Oh, and in FP3, this happened. Anyway, let's get into their performances. Despite starting 10th due to power unit problem, Max managed to unexpectedly win the race, successfully undercutting both Hamilton and Russell. And even after the spinning mistake, he managed to regain his composure and kept the lead from Leclerc, winning the race with around 7-second gap. Perez also didn't have the best quality session, starting just outside of the top 10 after his deleted lap time. On the race, however, he did quite well. Had a great start, plenty of overtakes over Alonso, Ocon and Lando, as well as no major mistakes. He ended up finishing P5, which is pretty good considering where he started. Overall, it's a good result for the Red Bull team. Hamilton had a great opening lap moves over both Alpines and looked to be comfortable in the top 10, but suddenly Ferrari made a questionable strategy resulting to an advantageous situation for Lewis. He ended up finishing above both Ferraris as well as overtaking Russell to finish P2. Speaking of Russell, he also had a solid race, at one point even leading the race, but eventually got overtaken, and after Lewis pitted, Russell ended up getting passed by his teammate that's on a fresher tire. The Brit finished the race in P3, thus resulting in a double podium finish for the Mercedes. All in all, it's an excellent result for both drivers. I don't know. I just don't know how can the Ferrari strategists still have their jobs. I mean, making a mistake once in a while is normal, but this is not. Why are they putting Charles in the hearts? It didn't work for any other drivers. Even Charles himself said that the medium was better. Leclerc did pretty decent on the race and could finish in the top 5 or even podiums if not because of Ferrari's questionable strategy. Sainz did okay considering the slow pit stop, the plastic bag that's in his bodywork, and well, just Ferrari's strategic department. He ended up finishing P5. Overall, considering where they could be, it's a terrible result for the Ferrari team. Once again, Lando impressed, dominating his teammate in every session, and on the race, he ran 4th in this early stage before overtaken by Verstappen and Hamilton, which is kinda expected. After that, on the late stages, he was pretty much in no man's land, finishing 7th, making him the best amongst the midfield. Daniel, on the other hand, had a horrible performance. A bad start on the race, got 5 seconds because of the Stroll hit, overtaken by both Astons, and ended up finishing P15 after the penalty. Terrible result for the Australian. The supposed racing between teammates cost the team. Fernando at one point got overtaken by the Astons but managed to recover to finish P8. Ocon had a great quality session, but on the race he pretty much ran in the midfield for most of the time and almost got passed by Vettel on the last laps, but he managed to hold him off, resulting in a P9 finish. Vettel almost got up into P9, but the virtual safety car caused him to run out of laps and finished P10. Stroll was on course for points finish, however the accident with Ricciardo and the team order ruined his chance. He ended up finishing P11 just outside of the points. Deleted lap times during Gasly's chance to get the Q2 and the power unit change caused him to start from the pit lane. The French was struggling to get past Latifi, but after he pit, managed to overtake plenty of drivers to finish P12. Tsunoda had a bad race. He got passed by a few cars and the spin accident around lap 30 I think, cost him a huge amount of time. He finished last on track in P19. Bottas got the Q3, but in the race he ran off the track as well as losing some positions, and with 5 laps to go he retired due to fuel system problem. Zhou got through Q2, but on the race he had a terrible opening lap, losing 5 positions. He had some overtakes and managed to finish P13. Mick used an old spec car this weekend, so he was understandably slower than his teammate. For most of the race, he was running on lower midfield before getting passed by Joe in the final corner, finishing P14. Magnussen had an upgrade on his car, but despite having a great start which allowed him to gain some places, the accident with Ricciardo damaged his front wing, resulting in a P16 finish. Well, Latifi did get the fastest in FP3, but that's because of the track condition. He set a purple sector 2 in Q1, however the error on the final corner cost him the time. On the race, he bumped with Vettel and finished P18. Albon made a mistake on the race, hitting Stroll and damaging his front wing. He ended up finishing P17. My best driver for this race is Verstappen because he managed to win the race even after starting from P10, and let's be honest, that spin save was exceptional. Here are the standings after the 13th round. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please share, like and subscribe. See you in the next video, and yeah, have a nice day.